Hey, what's up, everybody? Welcome back to another 3D Hangouts CircuitPython Day 2024 Special Edition. My name is Noah Ruiz. I'm a designer here at Adafruit, and joining me every week is my brother Pedro. Hello.
Good morning, everybody. Happy CircuitPython Day. I'm Pedro Rez, Creative Tech here at Adafruit, and every week we're here to share 3D printed projects featuring electronics from Adafruit.
That's right. This is a show where we combine 3D printing and DIY electronics to make inspirational projects. Hello, everybody. Welcome to the show. It is August 16th, CircuitPython Day 2024. This is episode 450, and we have a special live stream. It is Friday, not Wednesday, and we're happy to kick off all the amazing content that we have scheduled for everybody on today. Yes, we are hanging out in the Discord chat room. If folks want to stop by and say hi, post some GIFs, memes, all that is good. The invite code to that is discord.gg/Adafruit. And we'll give a couple moments for folks to come in while I queue up my next segment here. Pedro, shout out the people.
Giving shout outs to everybody hanging out in the Discord. Oh, where did my tab go? Good morning. Some nice squid.jpg. Brent hanging out in the house. We got over on the YouTube's 3D Tech Guy,
Hello.
Kevin, and Brent as well. Good morning. Paul Cutler.
Hey.
Can't have CircuitPython Day without Paul.
Yeah. Snaky Maker Cat is also saying hello.
Good morning. I have so much lined up for CircuitPython Day all day.
It's pretty packed, and they're back to back, so folks are just gonna keep the tab open. And yeah. All right. We have a special coupon code today. Let's play that video here. For today only, you can use coupon code CPD16 to get 16% off your order, and it's good for the next 24 hours. Yeah, check it out. Special coupon code CPD16.
Brought to you by Blinka.
Yeah, I think that's wrong. Actually, let me. I think I spelled that wrong.
Oh no!
It's CPD16. There we go. CP Day, CircuitPython Day 16. Yeah, I guess I had a typo there in my thing, but thankfully I changed it, and it's not baked into it, so that's good. All right. So we have two projects, Pedro. You have one that you did. I have one that was kind of not rushed, but I made it. It was a sprint to the finish line. So they're both published now. Folks can go on learn.adafruit.com and check them out. Should we drop right into it, or?
Yeah.
You want to go first?
Yeah, sure. Of course, CircuitPython Day. This is a CircuitPython powered theme wait time power display. So Liz coded this up. So this was inspired a couple months ago. Actually, we kept getting a bunch of ads for this 3D printed like wait time display for parks. Like, oh, it's cool. It's like a bunch of different designs. When you were clicking through to check out the designs and the order link for it, we noticed that there was like a subscription that you had to get for it. Like, oh, okay, that's kind of
that's interesting
there. Yeah. So Lamar was like, oh, well, let's use the round display, the Qualia or the Qualia ESP32-S3 to pull in the feed from qtimes.com. They have a bunch of the feeds that you can grab. It's a JSON from a bunch of the different parks. So Universal, Disney, like Six Flags, a bunch of them are on there. And they're all live updated. We confirmed by just going into the apps for the theme parks that they are accurate. And I think it's a lot better than having to cycle through. When we're talking about it, it was just like an OLED display. You have to, pretty sure it's like an Arduino or something. And I think the reasoning behind it was so that it could keep up with whatever updates come out for it. I think that's what their justification for the subscription fee was for it. So what's the song? How's it go?
Yeah, we play. It's the open source way.
So here we go. It's an open source design for this, of course. It's you can look at the code. You plug this into the USB. You can see all the files for which address is being pulled in for the different theme parks. We have an arcade button on here, and that'll cycle through the, for this one, it's the Disney ones, and on Orlando, and then for this one, it's Universal. You can kind of see, you can also theme it out. This is supposed to be a shark. I should have changed the background so you could actually see the teeth for this.
I can see the teeth. Yeah.
Modify this to be whatever theme park that you want to have on there. Lamar suggested, of course, to make little Mickey ears for this one. So that's what this is. It's little Mickey ears that you can customize your display with. So for this one, the arcade button just cycles through all of the Disney World ones. We have Island. Oh, we have Universal on this one too.
Yeah.
So you can cycle through all those. And the case for it mounts the 4-inch round display. So if we just take a look on the inside, you can see how everything is mounted on here. We have the Qualia S3 mounted to this little frame. And then the ribbon cable, all of the arcade button cables all plug into the stemma port on the back there. So super easy design for this. We have the right-angled USB connector on here. And then the second button, you can just have that be like a timer or something, like a countdown for whenever your trip is. We're talking about the lid design for this 2 weeks ago when we were still working on it. I wound up just adding a little slot so you don't have to worry about threading any of the wires through. So that's a nice little design that you don't have to. I know in the Discord chat, people were showing off how to add the panel mount USB drive. I don't make it a little bit thick, so I wanted to make sure that the design stayed nice and slim. Of course, it all snap fits together like that, and it'll mount. It houses the beautiful 4-inch display and the top 5 rides on there. You can modify that, of course. You can edit the text. You can edit the background. I should have chosen a background that's not so busy for the Universal one, but the Disney ones, they offer nice simple little wallpapers at the for free. I couldn't find any for the Universal one.
Interesting. Yeah, the font is a bitmap font that you can change as well. Yeah. Let's take a look at the Learn Guide if you want to run through it. Just try to keep it a little bit kind of speed round because we got to cover 2 projects.
Yes.
Community makes. We have a time lapse, and we'll take a moment to take any questions and stuff.
Yeah. Let me get that loaded up. So span color. All right. Let's go ahead and take a look at the guide. Super easy. Just a little rundown of what we're already chatted about. Some of the parts for this. We have these super cool 30mm buttons you can get. The quick connects that make it attaching these super easy, and the 3-pinned JST connection on there as well that we're using to hook all this up. So just a little bit of soldering for that. Right angle connectors. So we have a bunch of different USB plugs for that, and then the M2.5mm screws to mount all that. Liz did an excellent job of documented how the CircuitPython code works for this. This is the setup page, and then the TOML file for setting up your network. I'll definitely take a look at the way that this has been updated so that it connects correctly. And then nice little overview of how the display is grabbing all the feeds. We're saying you can edit this to, it doesn't have to be a theme park. If it's a JSON from somewhere else, you can have that be brought in and then do some modifications with the text and the way that it's padded and placed on the screen. So awesome job with that. And then how your CircuitPython drive will look like with all of the libraries in your background image. It's a 720 by 720 index file format for that. And then
bitmap.
A whole bunch of, there's so much on how to get.
Yeah, it's nicely broken down. So check it out.
So very thorough 3D printing page for that. You can get the STL, the step files, or just edit in Fusion 360 if you want to modify any of the features for that, like creating your own faces for that. So we have all the sizes in there. And then how you can, if you don't have a bamboo to do multicolored printing, here's a nice template for like stacking different colored designs together. Got the design files for all of that, and then the tolerances for that to have it fit over the case. Super simple circuit diagram. It's just the arcade button and the ribbon cable plugs right into the Qualia S3 port there. Super simple assembly. The 4-inch round display just gets placed inside of the case. The frame is actually what's sandwiched in together. There's these little nubs on the side. You can kind of see there that hold it all in place. So a nice design for that. Now you can freely rotate that so that the ribbon aligns correctly to the Qualia board. We were saying before, a little bit of us soldering for the JST3PH cable, so you can easily quickly connect your arcade button and then plug it into the board. We used a right angle connector to plug this in so that it goes into the side, so it's not sticking out. Again, trying to keep the case nice and small. It's really just accommodating the arcade buttons. Lid snap fits in place. We have little snaps on the sides and little cutouts for the arcade button. Keep that nice and slim. And there you go. Nice, super easy way to show off any of the wait times. Good way to gauge crowd levels for the parks. And yeah, even if you don't have a planned trip, if you're in any of those theme park groups, a lot of people just sit there and while they're at work, look at what the wait times are.
Yeah, there's some folks that are real enthusiasts with their theme parks. And shout out to John Park for reviewing the guide. He even was like, hey, this would have been useful for me at Disneyland. I think he waited quite a bit for one of his favorite rides. And this will kind of help you, especially if you like live nearby the parks.
For us, it's like right down the road. So it's like, oh, let's go have some coffee and some little quick bite to eat while this ride is going on.
Otherwise, the 4-inch round display is really kind of unique, and the Qualia S3 is like designed for those weird kind of TTL RGB displays. And since it's an ESP32, you can connect to the internet and maybe make it into a nice clock. We did a space clock with it. We did some other stuff with it, so you can check those previous guides out too.
Liz made a cool compass for it.
The compass
cases. So we have like a rectangular display. We have the sushi one, so shows you how to do more graphics on there. The Qualia handles touch screen as well, so there's also a touch little drawing app for it as well.
Shout out to Tieth too. Tieth did a nice countdown with the bar display using the Qualia S3. Go to the top and go to new learn guides.
Okay,
there it is. There it is, Tieth, right there.
Okay.
Used an Adafruit box as the enclosure, which is pretty clever.
We also have,
lots of fun stuff you can do with the Qualia S3.
We also have a smaller 2.1-inch round display. You can have little gift displays, or they were saying the rectangular one, also a little fireplace will be made out of it. Compass that Liz made, so using stemma to hook up the gyro for it. And then, like I said before, different cases. So any other different projects you want to cook up with this, they are all there to download. We also have the fritzing files and all that. So definitely check it out.
Yeah, very good. All right. Good job. You were able to get through it in a nice, quick manner.
It's a little simple project.
Cool. All right. Real quick, catching up on the chat. 3D Tech Guy is asking if the microbit supports CircuitPython, and I sent a link to
I think it does
CircuitPython.org. Yep, microbit V2 has support for CircuitPython, so if you want to check it out, you can download it and try it out. See if there's any learn guides for it. But yeah, we have support for it, so check it out if you do have the microbit V2. It's a great way to get started with your board.
Super
cool. All right. And don't forget, if you want to pick up the Qualia or a round display or a different display, you can use coupon code CPD16 to get 60% off that order. Cool. All right. Rolling right into the next one.
Just laughing at the comments here.
On Discord?
Yeah.
What do we got?
Just Brent saying 95 minutes for the Hulk roller coaster. That one's pretty intense. You went on that.
Yeah, I did
Cool.
when I was in middle school, and I don't know if they've updated or not, but yeah, it has a couple loop-de-loops. And
yeah, I don't go on the real roller coasters. I'm gonna go on the fan.
yeah, I get motion sick these days, so I wouldn't be able to survive
I
it.
can't go on those. The most intense one I'll go on is the Guardians of the Galaxy.
Yeah, that one really messed me up. Yep. All right. So that was cool. To celebrate CircuitPython Day, race to the finish line, but I wanted to make a countdown LED sign with NeoPixel LEDs. This is Blinka in her Ouroboros form. So it's a 3D printed sign. We got a base that houses the ESP32-S2 QT Pi. So that's snap fitted inside the bottom base here. And then these are NeoPixel dots. So they're, I think they're encased in like an epoxy. But you get 20 of them. We're only using 16 here because they're supposed to represent the 16 days leading up to today. So they're really easy to work with. They have this like kind of connector, and I was able to use the stemma QT cable to plug directly into this weird connector here. I'm not sure what this one is, but it's like a different type of connector, but it plugs into it with those jumper pins. So they plug right into it. I didn't have to do any soldering because the Cutie Pie has a built-in stemma QT connector. So I just plug these things in. I didn't have to solder anything. And these NeoPixel dots are already diffused, but I thought I'd 3D print these nice little bulbs. They're little bulbs here that are printed in translucent material. So it's all PLA, just different colors. The only other part that I didn't mention is like this kind of blocker thing to fill in Blinka's eye. Just to kind of give it that different multicolor look. I still have a single extruder. I don't have the MMU stuff yet. So this is a good way to kind of theme out your prints with different colors. Yeah, so the code, it's done in CircuitPython, of course. Shout out to Liz for putting it together. It uses Adafruit.io as a time server. And then it sets up an event in the top of the code. And then you just kind of count down the days. So every day that gets closer to today, it would light up one single LED. So they're all lit because today is August 16th. But we could always change it up. You can add LED animations or whatnot. Like yours is using the LED animation library. So we got a couple different fun chase LED animation. I think there's the fade, the comet, all your classic LED animation for CircuitPython. Really easy to string those together with the animation sequence helper. And yeah, it's just a fun Blinka LED sign. And I like these dots, like I said, because they're already strung together, and they have, I think, like an inch or two of spacing between them, so you can space them out or squish them together as you like.
Yeah, that's a good one right there, where you can just squish them to have them fit any of the sizes if you want to do a marquee type styled sign with these LEDs.
Yeah, and I haven't printed a Blinka sign like this yet. I think we have one in your background there that's using the neon LED, right?
Yeah.
Somewhere there. So this one's kind of cool. Yeah. So that's pretty much the project. Oh, I hot glued them. I hot glued them to the back of the bulbs there. So really kind of easy assembly. If you got a hot glue gun, of course. What maker doesn't have a hot glue gun? So let me launch the Learn Guide and we'll kind of run through it. There it is. All right, so here it is. Just a couple parts. You need the QT Py ESP32-S2, although it would probably work with an S3 because the code kind of works with many of them. Yes, I got a head check. Yes. The strips are really fun. They're only $10. So you get 20 LEDs for $10. And like I said, you don't have to solder them if you use the stemma QT cable. I'll talk about the non-standard way of using a stemma QT cable, but it's fine if you have a little bit of NeoPixels. So here's the circuit diagram. You can see here it's plugging into one of the data pins on the stemma QT port, the serial clock line. So it's really easy to use it for a NeoPixel. It's not standard because it's only using 3 volts from the stemma QT, but it's okay if you have less than, I don't know, 20 pixels in our case. So really easy to put that together without any soldering. The CAD files are up. You just have the Blinka sign, the base, the cover, the little bulbs, and a little 3D printed holder for the QT Py. It's designed to hold, any kind of QT Py shaped boards. You do need a fairly large build volume for this print because it is kind of big. It's about, let's say, 200 by 200 on the X and Y. So a fairly medium size to large 3D printer for that. And then for the code, it's up here. There it is. So check it out. You can modify the time zone and kind of update the event time if you want to change it for some other event, maybe an upcoming holiday or birthday or whatnot. So that's all customizable, and yeah, it's pretty straightforward. Just want to make sure that your settings.toml file matches the values in the code, because I've always run into that one where they're not matching, but this one's good. Yeah, you can change up the NeoPixel count here, the brightness, and yeah, onto the assembly. We're only using one of the data cables from the stemma QT, so I cut one off, and then this is kind of helpful. Through trial and error, I found out which connector on the NeoPixel strip is data in and which one's data out. So I made this little chart here with the little call out annotation, so you know exactly which one you need to wire into.
Oh, and it's on the side of that connector. There's a little G.
Oh,
that's power. Yes. I thought it was G for ground, but no, it is G for power. So
I don't see it in the photo.
No, it's on the side.
Oh, it's on the side. I get it.
Yeah, right.
Let me see. Let's make it.
I'm not going to be able to
right. It's out of focus, but
right
okay.
Here. It's right here. There's a little G on it.
Okay.
That's what power is.
Yeah, maybe I'll get an extra photo of it, but otherwise you can tell just by looking at this one that that's the data in connector, and it's the data is like in the center.
Yes.
And then voltage and ground on the far left and far right. Otherwise, you want to test it like I have here. You want to test it out before installing it. Otherwise, it's a nice kind of way to quickly test your NeoPixel strip without having to solder.
Yeah.
The bulbs, they just press fit. Yeah.
No, I was just gonna say I thought I had blown out the board, so it should be safe.
Right.
You're gonna test
it. Yeah. So the bulbs just press fit into the holes. They have a nice tight fit, and if they're loose, yeah, you're gonna use hot glue anyway, right? Yeah. So the NeoPixel strip placement, like I wanted the first NeoPixel to be like closer to Blinka's head, so I positioned it that way. So you just want to kind of make sure that you have enough clearance and stuff for your cable when you're hot gluing that first NeoPixel. So just make sure you locate the first NeoPixel wherever you want, and then just kind of walk through the rest of them one by one, making sure that your hot glue is dry before moving on to the next one. You could always use what is that thing, like an air duster, if you want to like make it dry quicker. I didn't. I just blew on it. Just waited. Anyway, the QT Py holder, you want to install it at an angle and then kind of slightly flex it to clip it into place with the USB port oriented near the edge there. And then I'm using some M3 screws to attach to the bottom cover with those mounting holes. You might notice that this QT Py holder is actually a resin print. We're going to start stocking those soon. So just kind of calling that out. But you can 3D print that too with the regular PLA. After that, the base gets attached to the sign with more M3 screws. There's a little hole there for the stemma QT cable to poke through, and then you just connect that to the QT Py, and then you just snap fit the cover in the base and make sure that USB port is lined up there, and that's it. Plug it into your computer's USB hub or a little battery like I have here, and it'll start blinking.
Yes.
Nice.
There is enough room on the back to actually not cut that extra wire if you want to reuse.
Yeah, I didn't cut mine either.
Yeah. Definitely. Oh, and then the way that I assembled mine, I just used black tape to cover up the extra pixels on there.
Oh, right. Yeah.
Use that as well.
You soldered it, not soldered it. You hot glued the NeoPixels a little bit backwards.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, you started from the tail.
Yeah. Just so that the way that it loops around, I wanted to have it so it uses the entire strip.
Yeah. And I have
the eyeballs too to light up.
So yeah, you can light up her eyeball for one eyeball. Yeah, that's cool. Yeah, your wiring looks cleaner than mine for some reason.
Yeah. Oh yeah, that's why I said to start it the other way around.
So right. Well, to make it, you got to start with the pixel, so you gotta put it there. Yeah, I like yours with the LED animations. It really makes it look alive and fun. Yeah.
It shall go in the back there now.
Yeah, it's gonna go in the background forever.
I think Gavin wanted it in his room, so he'll probably steal it.
Okay. Yeah, cool. If you want to pick up the strip or the Cutie Pie or stemma cable, you can get 16% off with the coupon code CPD16, and you can print your own Blinka. Blinka eating her own tail. All right. Let me put a link in the chat. Sorry, dead air here, but I'm just getting a link out there for all the socials. The Learn Guide, in case anyone missed it. Okay, it's posted there. All right, we have about 20 minutes left, so let's keep going.
Quick little, I think the shop talk, or what are we working on? Probably show off the resin case for the USB hub that came back in. I didn't get a chance to assemble it, but I think you did, right, Noah? The tolerance should be good now.
Yep. So yeah, I'm using this in our videos to kind of prop up our dev boards. So it's got the USB-C connectors on both ends. We're trying out the clear resin print SLA parts from JLC PCB. And this is your design optimized for the SLA process. So the tolerances are a little bit, I guess, tighter.
Yes.
So there's not really any offsets in there because there's a bit more shrinkage on these parts, or at least from JLC's process. Yeah, clear resin. It's spray varnished, so it's really nice and transparent and smooth. Awesome. Yep. And I think we'll start stocking these.
Yeah, it works.
Yeah.
Feels nice and sturdy, nice and flexible. So those
You're out of focus. There you go.
I know, it's the webcam. I can't control.
Oh, it's the webcam, yeah. Okay.
Yeah, looks super cool.
Yep, and then I have here is the
so good
clear version for the Pixel Trinky. I can't focus on this, so why don't we just go to the website, because these are actually in stock. If you go to the new on adafruit.com, you'll see we have a clear snap-on enclosure for the Trinky, the Pixel Trinky, and the TRRS Trinky. So those are new additions. And then we have a white resin snap-on enclosure for the Cutie Pie with some mounting holes for additional sensors. And then we have the Pixel Trinky white SLA resin print for the Pixel Trinky and the TRS Trinky as well. So we're starting to stock more SLA resin printed enclosures for all our dev boards.
Yeah, it makes a lot more sense than spending the cash on getting like a mold injected one. It's a lot more economical, and iteration is like in a week, and 2 weeks for getting it up in the shop too. Once it's the tolerances are figured out, so this is a lot more easier to do. I would pick these up. I think we are almost out of stock on these. We had, I think, like 40 or 50 we started off, and these are going pretty quick. So definitely pick one up before they're out.
Yeah, let me know. Post up your photos of it in use. Yeah. I'd like to see how folks are using it, and then maybe we can iterate on the design.
Yeah.
But otherwise, it should theoretically fit other like the Zhao board is kind of the same footprint as the CircuitPy, so I'm thinking they would fit. There are some components on the bottom that I had to like, you know, create special corners for. So hopefully it fits, you know, the various Zhao boards. But otherwise, there's plenty of room in this case for other sensors, and there's plenty of slots that are, you know, ventilation, but also for mounting hardware and other boards. And you get a little sombrero tag, so you can always hang it on your pegboard, like I have mine here. I'm hanging it up there. There.
Cool.
Yeah. So if you want to pick that up, you can get 16% off with coupon code CPD16. Very
question
cool.
from Todd, but yes, Noah designed the cases that are in the store.
Yeah,
cool.
this is actually a learned guide. You can 3D print this one in PLA if you want.
Yeah.
I had to iterate this design because the tolerance is too loose. Yeah. You can go to learn and just type in CircuitPy case, I think. And there it is. Yeah. Yep.
Step files are there, so you can modify for complete customization.
Yeah. Let me drop a link to this one in Discord so Todd can print it up.
Yep. And again, those vents are for mounting stemma QT sensors or anything really that will fit the standoffs.
Yeah, they double as vents. So if you have like a an air quality sensor or temperature sensor, the temperature can get through, right?
Yeah.
And, those ESP boards can get kind of toasty as well.
Yes.
Okay.
Downsides to the no mounting holes.
Right.
But design opportunity for us.
Yep. It's funny. Okay.
All right.
So that's a shop talk / prototypey. We're just getting a lot of those designs out. The next one is probably going to be a feather. I want to remake that feather enclosure because it's kind of dated at this point.
Yeah.
So I want to come up with a new design.
Yeah, the multi-stack one.
Mm-hmm.
All right, cool. Let's go ahead and jump into this week's Community Makes.
Yeah.
It's
Timelapse Tuesday.
Of course, it is. What are we in August? So that means, like all the retail stores, it's spooky time. Halloween is here. We're actually going to our first Halloween party of the year as soon as this show's over.
You are.
Yeah. It's Halloween time for us over here. So it's going to be for the next 3 months of just the community makes of all the spookiness. This week is a really cool, flexible, articulated scorpion. Look at this thing. It's so cool. All the legs move. The little pinchers all move. And of course, the stinger is all nicely articulated. They're using like the chain style for this. This little, what is it, the abdomen that all moves as well. It looks so cool. We're using the dual colored purple and green filament for this. So it has a really cool spooky effect on it. Look on camera. There it is. Oh, the graphics hiding it. So yeah, the little pincers move just by moving the body back and forth. That's so cool. And then, like we were saying before, the green. Oh man, let me show it on this camera. The focus is all crazy. Here, I can just adjust it right on the lens.
Yeah,
you can see how cool this purple and green filament is. It's like on one side purple, and on the other side it's green. And super cool detail on this guy.
Yeah, it looks like you're like shining some extra lights. The way the light is casting on the dual color kind of filament here, it looks really cool. Let me pull up the design page. So this is designed. Oh boy,
looks like a lobster.
This is designed by fadelluk on Thingiverse. It's a free download, right? Yeah. Not much of a description, just articulated Emperor Scorpion, no supports.
Yeah. Super good detail on this.
Yeah.
And oh man, the kids have been begging to play with it, but I'm like, no, I can't give it to you until the show's over in case you forget. And man, yeah, the color definitely takes away the attention from the layer lines because the way it has to print.
Yeah. Let me post up. Cool. I actually have this loaded.
Oh, the filament
you're using is right here. It's on Amazon. It's PLA, and
Everyone.
it's from everyone, or is it everyone? I say everyone.
Yeah.
But it's a silk kind of PLA, right? So it's
Mhm.
dual color. So one side is green, the other side is purple. And as it prints, you get these really cool lighting effects from it. And they have a bunch of different. They have dual, tri, and yeah, it's pretty good filament. Not too stringy, right?
Only because of the time lapse, but that stringiness, whatever algorithm that they updated in the new Cura slicer, it's doing the retraction once it goes away. So it was right on the tail, and you can't even tell.
Yeah.
With the seam updated algorithm too, it looks so good.
Yeah.
Seam is
So
right on the
this will work best for models that are tall. Maybe not so much on a model that's like a flat. Like the sign probably wouldn't look that great.
This is pretty flat.
Really?
So yeah.
Okay.
This one just looks really good with this model. By flat, you mean like if this was like
the first layer. Yeah, like our Blinka sign. Like
exactly. Yeah, that wouldn't.
It only works with like the outside of your model. So
yeah. The top.
Yeah. But anyway, you can pick up this filament. It's a good price. And I like that the spools these days are all cardboard.
Cardboard, yeah.
So we're a lot of manufacturers moving away from the ABS plastic spools.
Yeah, and then in this case, it delivers next day. So
yeah,
super
good
quick
stuff
for getting your projects out.
Yep. Oh, let me put a link to the filament on Discord in case folks want it. I need to pick up some for Halloween stuff as well. All right, there it is.
Somebody asking on the YouTube, what 3 filament colors should I use? I would get the tri.
Yeah, it depends on what you want to do.
Yeah, the tri-colored filament, so it has like 3 colors in one. Those are super cool.
Yeah, these days PLA is really good. Hatchbox makes good stuff. Polymaker, I think. I like their stuff too. They have a lot of pastel colors and stuff.
Protopasta.
Everyone, Protopasta. Yeah. All right, man. We really ran through everything, huh?
Yeah, I think that's it. Right?
Yep. We got community makes. A couple makes this week. So let me pull up my browser again. And you know what? I forgot to pull them up. So give me a second. Good thing we're good on time here. All right. So first up is a make of our USB media dial project. This one seemed to be pretty popular on printables. So posted up on printables. Jay Butler posted up, gave it a 5-star rating. Great project. Me and my buddy flung a couple of these together, and they work as advertised. Fun project to do with a younger person wanting to get into electronics and printing. Thanks for the build guide. That was really comprehensive. So yeah, no problem. Thanks to Jay Butler for posting up their builds. Just to reiterate, it's a CircuitPython project. It's a rotary dial, so you can control your volume, or you can edit with it. You can do different macros and stuff with it. It clicks as well, so you can do
pushes in. Yeah,
USB HID commands. Yep. And it has a NeoPixel strip, so it lights up as you turn it. It'll change different colors. So a lot of folks are printing this, and yeah, it's a pretty easy assembly. The rotary encoder is a Stemma QT I2C rotary encoder, so you just plug it in to your QT Py, another QT Py project, and control all your USB HID things with it. So shout out to Jay Butler for posting that. And then after that, we have a D20, just the D20. If you want a D20, we have one. You can print it. This was posted up by Blue Screen. Nice dice, easy to print in one piece. It's got all the numbers in the right spots. I think they scaled it down because it looks a little chunky. But otherwise, if you want a talking D20, you can print out this. I wouldn't recommend this version. We have a newer version.
Yes.
With the prop maker. This one has several boards. Okay, moving right along. After that, we have an LED neon sign. Posted up by Valverio Bellograssi. they made the sign of these cats with the.
Nice.
I think the middle one is ours, and they designed their own one here.
Super good.
Neon cat signs. This is like a collection of different neon, like NeoPixel signs. So we have a lightning bolt, a cat, a Blinka, a rainbow. All of those are optimized to work with these flexible neon-like NeoPixel strips. So thanks to Valrio for posting that up. And then the last one we have this week is a remix of our 8x8 LED matrix display with the black LED acrylic. This is posted up by Shuban Hem on printables. They're using an ESP32 node MCU with our NeoPixel matrix and I think a charging controller and one of those 18650 LiPo cells for making it portable. So they have a nice little cat animation as well here. I guess they were able to use the Fusion 360 or the step file. And you can see all the different layers and the grid and how it works. So that's pretty cool. And yeah, all the files are there and the part list is there. Their build of materials. Yeah. Cool. Shout out to them for remixing it. And that is all the community makes this week. Thank you, everybody. All right, now we have some 5 minutes or so, maybe 10 minutes.
Nice. Right on time because we got to start the next stream. So I think that's going to be it.
Yeah. Let me double check Discord. Thanks for posting those links, Pedro. Don't forget, we have a coupon code if you want to pick up any NeoPixels or Cutie Pies. CPD16. Look at you. 16% off. Okay. Well, you know, I forgot. Okay, so there is a blog post with the full schedule of today. Yes. Don't go anywhere because at noon, in like 15 minutes, CircuitPython Coffee Hour with Scott and Dan, core developers in CircuitPython, are going to chat. It's going to be streamed on all the networks. So just tune in to your favorite network at noon. And then the rest of the schedule is there. So check it out. It's packed.
It's all day. It looks like
packed with jam.
Every hour until 6 p.m.
Yeah.
All of the different subjects regarding CircuitPython, IoT, even app development with Trevor and Brent, design challenges with Melissa, cool chats with makers like DuPont. Charlene has one as well.
Mm-hmm.
And of course, John Park. Have some cool projects, some deep dives with Scott. So much in store all day. Of course, it's going to be there'll be a playlist for all this if you can't make it or can't tune in all day, so you can catch up on them later. Today or tomorrow. There's
also a playlist on YouTube. Mm-hmm. Somewhere there you can find it, or I can put a link after the show.
Yeah, Liz made one.
Yep, so much stuff. Yes.
It's gonna be for us. I need to go get some more coffee.
Yeah. All right. We're here next week.
Yes.
Yep. With some more prototypey projects, a Timelapse Tuesday, and
more CircuitPython.
More CircuitPython. All day, every day.
Every day. The open source way.
Yes. We can end it with this song. All right. We'll see you folks next week, but until then, remember to
make a great CircuitPython day.
Bye, everybody.